So today, my conversation really is not about the rant related to this headline. It's about customer service. And that's the conversation I want to have in today's live chat. And the example today was very apparent. One was a well-known healthcare company in Michigan who, I'm not going to go through the whole story. But the bottom line is they charged me for 2 months worth of service that I didn't have access to. And because I made payments, but not for those 2 months, we were going through the process. I mean, everybody, all the representatives like, oh yeah, I mean, you did not have access to that service. Why would you have to pay for that? And in the end, they just shut it off and applied the money I had paid to the 2 months of service that they had not given me. And now I don't have health care at the moment to be continued. And of course, with the current laws, you can't just go find another healthcare provider. You have to wait till the new open enrollment. So you kind of have you between a rock and a hard place, and they play that game, and it's horrible. And basically, they, for the most part, stole $1,000. In the same day, I go to another company, and I'm happy to share the name of that company. You are probably very familiar with that company, Apple. And so I went to that company because my laptop had some lines going through the bottom of it and up the side, actually. And so I took it in, and they looked at it, and they said, oh yeah, there are the lines, okay. They took it in back. They came back, and they said, oh, here's your laptop. And they looked, and the lines are worse. It was actually like a third of the page up, and it was all wrong. They said, so we have some good news and bad news. You have a hairline fracture in the screen. However, we made it worse, and so we're going to replace it. And they gave me a brand new, within an hour, they replaced the screen. Now, the healthcare company, I'm not somebody who makes a lot of big claims. I'm not somebody who's abusing the system. Didn't even necessarily need the insurance, but it wasn't available during those 2 months. They had a hard time. I mean, this is a process that was going on. They're just having a hard time getting the whole thing started. And there's just a lot of back and forth and a lot of frustration. And it was horrible, absolutely horrible. And so the end conclusion to this 6 months worth of back and forth where they were making bad choices. They were not giving me the right information. They were, and it just wasn't working. And they would say one thing, do another. Yet I actually have hardware, and a company messes up, and they just they replace it. Where this is a service, they could have made that money free and clear, not even have to, other than their administrative costs, it wouldn't have cost them anything. It costs more for Apple to replace this monitor than for that healthcare company to actually put me online. But it's customer service, and their reputation is going horrible and continuously going downhill. We all have those stories. And in this situation, as far as the healthcare company, I've been writing a lot and sharing a lot on social media about it. This is not the place here to rant about it. The conversation here is about customer service and the importance of it, and how Apple has truly kept me as a client for a lot longer because of this service, where I'm trying to find alternatives for the other company. And again, good clients either way. I could be a good client either way. So what I often recommend when people are looking at their own customer service, when they're looking at their own companies, is to go through the process themselves. So call your company, or have somebody call your company, or look through the process and how you work with your customers and clients, and what are the issues and pinch points along the way that you can fix. I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of looking at your industry. Obviously, the healthcare industry has a very bad reputation. So some may say, well, then that's really not a way. You can't really compare that to a tech company. But I think that's wrong. There are a lot of disruptors out there working really hard. I mean, what about taxi service? Taxi service has been, traditionally horrible. I mean, attitude and all that, especially New York taxi service. And now you have Uber and a bunch of people who are actually, being a little nicer and depend on good service, and it's just a different opportunity. So the thing is, if you can look at your industry and see what are the biggest issues with that industry, what is the reputation of your industry on the negative side, and how can you improve it, you will make inroads. You will be better. Now, you can't always say, hey, I have the best service. You have to just do it and let other people share the good news, such as thank you, Apple, for your great service. Awesome. Incredible. That was perfect. And it saved me a lot of money. Yet the other, obviously, company did not, and caused 6 months of frustration. So where can you jump in? Where can you start making a difference in your industry and do things better? That is the question. And that is the point of all this. And we continue to develop new ideas, combined ideas from other industries. That's what we're about on this channel. What can we combine from another industry, a technology, a process, and make what we do better? And if you can figure that out, you're going to have a way to separate yourself from the competition and grow your company and command the prices that you deserve. Okay, that's it. We'll talk to you next time.